Nah, MLM's a real thing, man. I got caught in one of those back in the day.
Go on, tell me about it.
Yeah, I got caught in this. So it was like,
What were you
like
selling?
the whole, huh? It was this
selling?
energy drink called Vima. Yeah, bro.
Whoa,
Apparently,
whoa! That's really famous.
Yeah, bro, I got caught in that shit. Yeah,
Dude, right,
great.
you need to go on YouTube. Right, the guy who kind of... There's a young guy.
BK Barreto.
Was it him? But they had
That's
a guy called Bob Proctor who's basically aligned with this brand and he promoted it. Right, Bob Proctor is really big in the kind of personal development space and there are lots of videos about him and what he does being a bit kind of pseudoscience. But they were talking about this Vima one.
Bro, I got caught in this shit, man. It was horrible. Like the end of third year, we got really chuck about it and excited about it. Like yeah.
Right, just before we carry on, just explain to listeners what is multi-level marketing. What's the
multi-level marketing? It's basically a pyramid scheme, but a smarter version of a pyramid scheme. Okay. So it works with like a weird thing. It's sort of an affiliate marketing thing where it's like, oh, if you sell something and if I'm selling something, in order for you to get on board with this, you have to buy some product. Yeah. So you'll buy some product, but then you're going to be beneath me on my right leg or left leg. So imagine everything's like a decision tree. So you've got like, if you have a question, you have an answer yes or no. So it splits up in two directions, right? The same thing happens in multi-level marketing. So I've got to put you on one side of me, and then I've got to build somebody else out on the other side of me. And then it works like that as a spider. It keeps going down and down and down and down and down. Now, the only person that benefits from this sort of scheme is somebody at the very top, right? The lower down you get, the more wishy-washy it gets because there's not enough people in the world for it to work. Now, the first person that starts off at the top is going to make a shit ton, which is how it works. But then beneath that, you start getting people on that are friends, etc. Tell them, you can be your own boss, you can be your entrepreneur, all these things, like just selling them the fucking dream. Yeah. And it's like, oh, okay. And then I got caught in it. I came home. I told my brother about it. He's like, you're a fucking idiot. You shouldn't have done it. I was like, whoops.
How much did you invest?
I didn't even invest it, Here's the thing. One of my mates said, oh, I'll spot you. I was like, yeah, cool. I paid him back eventually, right? But it was only about like 100 or 200 quid.
Yeah. Then what were you told to do after that?
So you then have to get other people on board with it and get people on it, and then you have to go and recruit people. Yeah, it's like a religion, isn't it? It's like a religion.
Yeah. It's like, I got this drink. I got this drink.
Yeah, and people were like saying outlandish shit, like so this drink can stop. This drink can prevent cancer, and I was like, oh my god, man. As soon as I heard that, more got more. You were selling
at the pharmacy, weren't you?
No, I wasn't selling it at all. As soon as I got home, right, I told my brother, and he's like, it's a scam. And I was like, no, it's not. And he's like, it's a scam.
So you're a believer. You are a believer, man.
I was like, no, it's not. And then he's like, it's a scam. And I was like, it might be a scam, right? So then when I got it back, I got the product. And then I said, let me just send this shit back. So you send it back. And I got the majority of my money back, but only like about £20 was like lost overall. And they said, oh, if you send this back, you can't enroll in this for like another year. And I was like, yeah, that's fine.
Great success.
Cool. Right? So sent that back. I got my money back. But then there were a few people who were basically really good salesmen. And what they did was they would sell out, not even sell out, just stock out their local town hall with like a bunch of people and get them on board with it. And I've seen like moderation of this happen nowadays. And I'm like, oh, I've seen people post about it on the Instagram and stuff. And I'm like, it's like a mystery. So they'll frame it, be like, mentoring tonight, meeting tonight.
Yeah,
and I'm like, what are you meeting about?
And
then they tell you, and they're like,
5,000.
and then they're telling you like, it's a really great idea. Basically, this is the product. You can do this, you can do that. I got a meeting pitching to people. I'm like, it's a scam. I'm like, I've fallen victim to this in the past. It's a scam. They're like, no, it's not. No, it's not. And I'm like, ugh. Don't really know how to tell you this, mate.
When you say it's a scam,
let you carry on.
What do you mean? Because there is a real product there.
There is a real product there, right?
What's the scam?
But there's a ceiling, and also not everyone's going to be a great salesman for you, and not everyone's going to buy the products. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah, but that doesn't make it a scam. So if you're a good salesman, you can make a lot of money from it.
If you're a good salesman, no, you can't make a lot of money off it. You can make some money off it. So there's basically tiers, right? The way that this one worked was they gave you like 15 tiers that you could hit, and the top tier was like you get your own like, what was it? Like a boat or some shit. Right. And I was like, what? I think it was a boat. I could be making this up, but like the levels were like, you slowly get more and you start getting like some money come back to you in like dividends or something at the end of the month. and then you get your own car with like the logo on the side and all this shit. And I was like, wow. And a lot of those guys that I met then, I've researched them recently, and they're all not doing it anymore, and they're all doing normal shit. And I go through their like LinkedIn, and it's not there, and I was like, it's a blip in your life. But they were like deep in there for months, I'm in it to win it. I want to get to this car, I want to get the car, etc. And I'm like, oh man, you guys got fully into it.
Absolutely. And I remember, I think I can tell you where I was.
It is a scam. If anybody thinks they're in a multi-level marketing thing, please just Google it and see what it is. It'll give you a better breakdown. There's much better examples of what they are and how to spot them before you listen to me. I'm giving a really shit example of it, but I'm just telling you my experience. But it's basically a new version of the pyramid schemes nowadays. Because pyramid schemes could get you jailed back in the day, but now it's not.
The differentiation between the MLM and, say, a pyramid scheme, or what we call a Ponzi scheme, is when people don't have a physical product or service to sell. That's how they differentiate, right?
Yeah.
And that's what makes it legal. The problem is it will consume all your time, right? So yes, you have to have building teams and getting them to recruit for you and building up levels. In theory, like when they present it, obviously in theory, it sounds like it's really good, but actually the time needs to do it. And if you don't have regular income coming in, then obviously you're going to be in a crap position. Even if you do have regular income and you want to use it as a side hustle, yeah, maybe, but again, it's going to take a lot of your time. And I was at Mailbox. There was a hotel, AC Hotel, I think it's called. It's just on the top bit. And I was meeting somebody there for something else, and then I met a guy, just happened to be there, a really well-dressed guy. And this is what he pitched me. He was like, he's like, yo, you know Bob Proctor? Like, you know, so we had a bit of similarity. So Bob Proctor, the Vimo, there you got Bob Proctor, this really prominent old guy.
Vima. Put some respect on his name, Karan.
Vima, right? He endorsed this product. He endorsed it. Right? And he's been in personal development for like 40, 50 years. You know, he's a big proponent of law of attraction, all that kind of stuff. And so he was like, right, so I got this product. And he pulls it out. He's like, it's this, I think it was energy... what do we call that thing we go before Pangarab we used to take? Pre-workout.
Pre-workout,
Yeah, it's like one of these pre-workout types of things. And he was like, so what do you do? What's your business funnel? What's your strategy? So like every Wednesday, they were having regular meetings, like you said, in a hotel, getting people there and then, you know, selling them into this thing, which the entry level, it's not that expensive, like you said. It's only like £100 or something. And then the top level was like $1,000 or something. But
But then it's like more product you buy, the more you have to like invest in. Basically, if you can, go onto YouTube, type in John Oliver, multi-level marketing, and he does this great 15-20 minute sketch on all of them. I'm talking Herbalife, Vima, all of them. And he just rips it apart, man. And I'm like, fuck me, he's so good at it. He gives you live examples of everything. He's done his research on it because he has a whole team behind him, right? That just research it all, do the topic and put it out there. I think it's definitely on YouTube, so have a look at it and try and find it. But check that out for sure to understand more about this. But it's weird how they can target people that are vulnerable, that don't have much. And you're like, oh, it's only £100. All I got to do is just put... The amount of time you put in is what you get out. Like, all those cliche mottos and shit that you're fed, you really tend to listen to it. I was only in it for like a week, innit? So I'm quite happy about that.
You became woke in a week. That's good.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
You're right. It's the small entry, so a small barrier to entry, number one. And number two, the promise. CEO, Chairman 5000, boat, like Wolf of Wall Street, you know, like all this stuff. It's the promise, isn't it? I could be this person. Because ultimately, what do people want? People want to be valued. Yeah, I remember Tony Robbins saying something really interesting. He was like, you know, if you think about a terrorist, right, who kills people, let's say in the Middle East somewhere, why is it they're killing people? And he was like, you got some people who live in a desert, got no purpose in life, no authority, not valued. You put a gun in their hands. It's my gun. They feel valued. They have power now. People will listen to them. So ultimately, that's what everybody wants to feel respected, have some authority, have some power.
And like they're in power for sure, yeah.
Right? And so this plays directly into that. Like you said, you're going to be your own boss. Pick your hours. Mate, if you're picking your hours but you ain't getting no money, what is the point picking your own hours? Go and get a job. And Indy, I'm a big point. I have businesses and things, but I always say to people who come to me and have business ideas and things, Jazz, I want to be an entrepreneur. I say, listen, you're not gonna like this whole thing about just go all in, man. Like, just no. Unless you've got like 6 months to a year's worth of savings and you want to do it that way, the advice I give people is you need to bridge, right? So you need to be in your job, working on your side hustle, and bridge between the two until you get to a point where actually you can reduce the the work. Let's say you still get an income from there, and you can work more on your hustles or your businesses, whatever. And you can get to the point where you completely leave one for the other, or you can do like a hybrid or a fusion, and that's what I champion. I like that approach. So I like to have my businesses. I like doing podcasts with you, but I still like being a doctor, and I like the variety, the spice of life. Yeah.
Yeah. Who do you know that's been involved in this MLM thing? Make me feel better, please, so I don't feel like I've been duped into stupidity.
No, I don't know anyone who's been involved in MLM.
Shit, okay,
I know about them, and like I said, someone positioned it to me as well, and I was just like, yeah, this isn't gonna work, because again, it's not. And here's the thing, right? Look, I have products, my coaching programs, they range between £2,000 and £10,000. Right? So I'm better served with something that I own, that I know, that I deliver on, spending my time trying to sell that to people, rather than running around trying to sell someone else's product for like £100. Like, it's just, it doesn't add up. All that time, it's not my product, I don't know it. Much better use of time.